Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Amma ba'd. Who must discharge Sadaqatul Fitr? As a narration in Bukhari Sharif, Ibn Umar narrated that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam made incumbent Sadaqatul Fitr or Ramadan on all males and females, free and bondsmen. Yeah, 1 sa' of dates or 1 sa' of barley. Now Sadaqatul Fitr is wajib upon all Muslims, even those who are not mature. Those children who are not mature, then it's the responsibility of the father to give Sadaqatul Fitr on their behalf. Now if anybody has zakat fard upon themselves, meaning if anybody has to give zakat, they also have to give Sadaqatul Fitr. But the difference between Sadaqatul Fitr and zakat is, to give zakat you have to be owner of nisab or more for 1 whole year. But when a person gives Sadaqatul Fitr, a person has to have wealth equal to or more than the nisab of silver, or any surplus items of wealth which are extra from his basic needs. If they equal to or more than the nisab of silver, which is 612 grams of silver, which today's rate is 262 pounds, if a person has wealth equal to or more than the nisab of silver, or any extra items of wealth which are surplus to his basic everyday needs, for example, a person has a second car, a person has an extra mobile phone, a person has extra furniture, etc., which are not in everyday use. If these items of wealth add up to be more than the nisab of silver, 612 grams of silver, then they have to give Sadaqatul Fitr. And Sadaqatul Fitr, it becomes wajib on the dawn of Eidul Fitr. So after Sahri time, on the day of Eidul Fitr, if anybody has wealth equal to 612 grams of silver, then Sadaqatul Fitr becomes wajib upon that person. Now when do you give Sadaqatul Fitr? As I mentioned, on the day of Eid, before Eid, or on the day of Eid. Now many of us, we send our zakah, we send our Sadaqatul Fitr to foreign countries, so it's very important that we send it at least a week or a couple of days before the day of Eid, so the poor people, they can receive this Sadaqatul Fitr. Now Sadaqatul Fitr is treated in the same way as zakat. Yeah, zakat is given to poor Muslims only. In the same way, Sadaqatul Fitr can only be given to poor Muslims. Now a poor Muslim in Sharia is that person who hasn't got the wealth or any items of wealth which are in excess of his basic needs, which are equal to the nisab of silver. So according to today's rate, if a person has less wealth than the amount of 262 pounds, they can receive Sadaqatul Fitr.